Season's greetings, one and all. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to the new laptop, so it actually tells me when the order starts right at the top here. Right there. I can see my hand tracing the letters, numbers, whatever. So I literally just got back from Into the Woods, the new Disney movie based off a play of the same name on Broadway. Got Meryl Streep, Anna Kendrick, Chris Pine, James Corden, Emily Blunt, and a host of other people playing characters. I would try to explain the story, but I got fucking lost after a while here. Most I can tell is all the fairy tale characters, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, and all these people, all these characters live in the same world. They are in the same world, and the two technical main characters, the one we're following most of the story with, the ones keeping the story going, I suppose, is James Corden and Emily Blunt play a couple, husband and wife who can't have kids because turns out their house is cursed by a witch played by Meryl Streep. And there's tasks they have to do something to get the curse lifted and whatnot so they can have a kid. Blah, 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 blah. They meet characters, hijinks ensue, music, woo. I'm tired. This was supposed to be with me, Mark, Sam, and Jess was actually, Sam's sister was with us, but that didn't work out. Point being, I'm really, really on the fence about this movie right now. I will not say I hated the movie. I will not say that. I enjoyed, up until the part that really dragged me down. Just pulled me down. I was generally okay with the movie. It's excessive in the amount of songs it has. My God, I don't even think the Broadway show probably had this many songs. They probably added a few in this movie. Oh, man, there's so many. They don't give you half the time they don't give you 5 minutes to breathe. There's maybe like 3 to 4 scenes at most. And it's a 2-hour movie where you are allowed to breathe for a moment. Hear them actually talk instead of fucking sing. I like musicals most of the time. Musicals can be fun. I like The Producers, the musical version of it. I like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I even like Repo alright. I think I'll technically call Blues Brothers a musical, even though it's technically not a musical. All the Muppet movies are technically musicals. They all sing and dance and all that stuff. So they're all fine. I like most Disney songs. So generally speaking, I like musicals okay. My God, the excessiveness of this, though. Oh, man. And here's the thing. None of the acting was terrible. None of the acting was bad at all in this. Most of the acting was pretty good. Meryl Streep's really good. Anna Kendrick is pretty good. James Corden's good. Emily Blunt's good. They're all good. They're all fine. Chris Pine's one of the princes. There's 2. One for Rapunzel, one for him. Oh, yeah, Rapunzel's in this for like 15 minutes. Man. And here's the thing. Mark will argued this with me, not entitled to own opinions, but I cared more about the little time we had with Rapunzel and her nothing of a prince, because really they're kind of just cardboard cutouts, really, of characters, than we did with Anna Kendrick and Chris Pine's character and their romance. Because I didn't care about their romance. Here's why I didn't care. Anna Kendrick's Cinderella, and again, there's nothing. She was perfectly fine. Beautiful actress, lovely performance, all that. She's so indecisive for the first part of the movie, where she goes to the ball. Oh, I can't really do this, and then she goes back because apparently the ball goes for 3 nights, and she goes to dance with the prince, felt uncomfortable, runs away. Second time she does it, and first time I'm like, I can understand. She explains why she kind of felt uncomfortable. She explains it in song, but she explained it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll accept that. Second time she does it, a little bit more indecisive. I'm like, okay, yeah. Then she does it a third time, and I'm like, even the narrator is just, and that's the joke. The narrator is just like, so for the 3rd time she ran off. I'm like, I'm kind of agreeing with this guy right now. Really make up your mind what you want, lady. Do you want to be with the prince? Do you want to not be with the prince? Do you want this life? Do you not want this life? Make up your goddamn mind, but stop dragging this out. This movie drags out so goddamn long. It is frustrating beyond fucking belief. Johnny Depp, you see him, he's in the trailer, he's the big bad wolf. Here's the thing, too. I should make a note of this right now. I knew this was a musical because I heard of the Broadway play. I had never seen the Broadway play. Mark, Sam, and Jess did not know this was a musical, so I heard them. Mark say this. Oh man, this thing is gonna be tea. And it's like, yeah, this is a musical, and then they're just like, oh crap. But Johnny Depp is actually all right. Like I said, no one's bad in this. Johnny Depp is actually pretty okay. Some of the songs are weird. The way that he comes off as pedo wolf. There's no other way to say it. He comes off as goddamn pedo wolf. And the way the lyrics are coming off in multiple songs, not just his songs, multiple songs. It's like, what just happened in this song? What the fuck? He's just talking about he's going to eat Little Red Riding Hood, but he's talking about like he's going to. I'm sorry, well, there. And he's talking about he's going to basically this luscious little girl I want to stick my teeth in. I'm like, and then me and Mark are just like, hold on the fucking mouth. Then of course, and then later and this is weird. Here's where plays and movies can both be entertaining mediums in their own right. You can transfer one to the other, and it can work. But the way you make it work is knowing what to transfer over. This movie transferred too much of the play over. When Little Red Riding Hood is detailing her experience being eaten by the wolf, we see her essentially go down a fucking vortex, which is his gullet, to find her grandma huddled in the corner of his stomach. Not digested or anything like that, because it's a fairy tale. And then only to see like the heavenly light of the wolf's gutted stomach to save her. And the thing is that it's basically all giant sheets and stuff like that, like you would see on a play, in a Broadway, in a play. There were scenes in this movie where all these characters are standing together, just like, oh, yeah, we're all here for the finale. Not in the way you would be in a movie. Not in the format of a movie, how a movie should be structured. No. It was designed, it looked exactly like a play. Half the songs in this movie drag on so fucking long. And some songs sound nice. They do sound nice. I would actually honestly be intrigued. I'd be interested to see this live and on person in Broadway, all that. I would be okay with seeing that in person. This doesn't translate overly well into fucking film, in my opinion. And it's not through any fault of the performances, though I didn't like Jack's character. Jack, for the most part of the movie, just bugged the hell out of me because he's just a dumb little fucking kid. He really is just as annoying. My best friend's a cow. It's like, he'll produce milk. It's like, only she's produced milk. He's don't produce milk. And I'm like, wow, you're kind of a dumbass, aren't you? You really are a bit of a dumbass. And then the Little Red Riding Hood character's a little fucking thief. But then she sings about how her grandma might be dead when she gets there, just so charmingly while we're sitting through a graveyard. So I'm like, I can live with that. She grew on me a little later. Her singing wasn't the best. Most of the people's singing was fine, but her singing wasn't the best. I think though one of the parts that me and Mark and I think everyone enjoyed was the princes, particularly Chris Pine, who was the prince for Cinderella. He and the Rapunzel's prince, who they never name him. He's just Prince. They know each other. They hang out at the castle, and they meet up and talk about their maidens and the agony of them not being able to find them or be with them. And then it's just a song called Agony. And I'm sure you can look it up. I'm sure you can. It's the most hilarious. They're just doing the best they can to just outdo each other. Just agony. Just literally just rips her shirt off. Agony. Oh, agony. We're all laughing because he was just so upset. They were just going so over the top, and you could tell they were having fun. I think everyone was enjoying themselves in the movie. I saw an interview with Anna Kendrick and James Corden and Emily Blunt about their performances, and they looked like they enjoyed themselves in the movie. And I can see this movie's probably going to do well enough. Obviously there's no way to get a sequel out of this because it's a Broadway play. But if it makes money and they think they can milk it for more, who knows? But God damn, this movie drags. I mean, here's the thing. Here's a real fucking problem with this movie, right? The clear-cut problem I have with this movie. And I've seen a few other people talk about this movie, and they have the same complaint. And when I'm like, okay, is it that bad? After watching it, yeah, it's that bad. This movie did not end where it should have. This movie ended This movie was a half hour too long. This movie should have just ended with a happily ever after, and everyone who deserved to be happy basically got what they want. That's what should have ended. And then Jack kills the giant, and then the giant's wife comes down, and it's like, oh, killed him, and blah blah blah, and it just keeps going and going and going. It just drags on forever. Why? It honestly killed, but a movie that, okay, I'm not telling you what my rating is yet, but a movie where I probably would have honestly given it maybe a 6.5, 7 like I gave Gambler. I gave Gambler a 6.5. I might have gone with a 7 for this one. Trust me, this movie's not getting a 7. This movie's not getting a 6.5 either. Up until that point, I was like, okay, this wasn't the worst experience I've had ever. God almighty, did you have to just jump the fucking shark on me here? Did you just have to tie down the guy's legs with the cinder block and throw him in the ocean and let him sink? Oh, man, this movie just kept going on. And the final song that they had there with Meryl Streep during It's the Last Midnight, you could clearly tell that was for Broadway. Some of the songs worked in the movie. Some of them did. But you could clearly tell that was for Broadway. And then their choices just things just made me laugh. They did. Like, apparently, Anna Kendrick's fairy godmother is her actual mother. Her mother's dead. She goes to her tombstone. And the minute she appears in the tree, I'm like, okay, yeah, Cinderella, could you move? Pocahontas has to go talk to the tree spirit next. The giant's footsteps was coming through the forest and stuff like that. I'm just leaning over and I go, bum, 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 bum. Oh, you feel that? That's an impact tremor. That's what it is. I'm fairly alarmed here. It's fairly alarmed from Old Geriatric Park. For those of you who know Naked Gun 3. If you got that reference before I said Naked Gun 3, good on you. And some things just don't make sense. Some things for this plot makes no goddamn sense. And again, I know this is for the play and stuff like that, but James Corden's character, the baker as he's called, I can't remember his actual name if they actually said it or not. He really is kind of inept up until he allows his wife to, help him find the ingredients for this potion that the witch wants to make. And he's like, oh no, we? Yes, we. I realize all this, like, you haven't done a goddamn thing. The only reason you found one is because you actually had it on you the entire time. They had to find a cow that's white as milk, the cow from Jack. They got to find her cloak is red as blood, Red Riding Hood. They got to find, what was the other thing they had to find? A slipper as pure as gold, which that I didn't get. It was Cinderella's slipper. She had glass slippers originally. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. What was the other thing? Hair is yellow as corn, which I'm not going to spoil how that fucking got resolved. It was humorous, but it was like, what the really? I will say this: the cow died at one point, and we're just like, oh well, it had to be a live cow. It's like, this cow is planted with flour. They had to go get a replacement cow. It's just like, well, we had another cow, but it died. It's like, you thought you prefer a live one? Yes, I would prefer a live one. Just show me ways, I'll bring it back to life. I'm like, okay. It's like, boof. And then feed the cow this and this will happen. Like, wait, what? You're feeding... This is like the magic happening, right? No, the cow's just eating this, I assume. I don't know what else. Oh, and there's another scene where they're all kind of converging on at one point. And, like Jack, Red Riding Hood, the wife and husband, Cinderella's wicked stepsisters, who they do keep to the grim fairy tale in that I didn't realize about the whole cutting off the toe and heels and the birds pecking out their eyes. So I'm like, me and Mark were just like, All right, that's got dark in a great way. Snow White can control birds. What? Is that something I forgot? Because I know she had, like, the animal friends. I knew that. But can she control birds? I don't think she can. But what do I know? I'm tired, and I like Disney, but not that much. Cinderella was not one of my favorites, which we got a trailer for Cinderella. Might as well touch on that real quick. The Cinderella trailer looked okay. There, I touched on it. I have no new trailers to talk about besides that, so that's all I could really say. Cinderella trailer looks okay. They're trying to... It looks... I liked Maleficent a lot, I did. Would I say it looks better than Maleficent? Maybe? I don't know, I'd have to see it. And they're also going to do a video, Beauty and the Beast, I know that. But we'll take it one step at a time here. One other thing I didn't like is the Emily Blunt character. Not that I didn't like the Emily Blunt character. She's the wife of the baker. Excuse me, by the way. And I got a burp in every review. It's the way it needs to be now. There's a point in the movie. Excuse me, I'm just adjusting my screen. There's a point in the movie where the character does something that seems completely out of character. It's like, is it the woods that's doing this to her? No, this. I don't get it. Why is she going this route? And then I'm not going to spoil what happens. Let's just say she leaves the movie, and let's keep it at that. And of course, she shows up again a little later, but just for a snippet. Yeah. She leaves Louis, Granny leaves the movie, Jack's mother leaves the movie, and, yeah, you can guess where I'm going with that. And that seemed completely out of character. Like, this last 20 to 30 minutes just seemed completely tacked on. Like, no, we need to pad for more time. Do you realize how fucking horrible you made your movie doing that? And again, no one's doing anything wrong in terms of a performance. It's so unnecessarily dragging on. So what are my final thoughts? I enjoyed this movie up until that last goddamn 20 to 30 minutes. And after that, I lost any joy I had for this movie. I checked my phone a few times. I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, when is this thing going to get over? So my final thoughts and my review, or my scoring. If you like musicals, you'll like this. If you want to see this, I will completely say again, because it's worth the watch. I gotta give it a 5. That thing dropped it down from what could have been, what was probably going to be maybe about a 6.5 to a 7, kind of like what I gave The Gambler, to a 5. And I might be being a little nice with 5. If I were to, I'd have to watch this again to be double sure. Because honestly, if I were to like comment on some of the things I've said about some of the movies in the past, reevaluate a couple of reviews, Transformers 4. And in fact, just to re-rate all the Transformers a little bit, I'd give the first one a 6, which is the best one. The second one, I'd give a 3. The third one, I'd give a 1, only because of effects and a few good action sequences. And the fourth one, I'd give like a 4. With Lucy, I'd give that a 4 also. Acting's wooden. It's watching it a second time because I saw it with a friend. I didn't realize how boring it was the second time. Oh my god, I'm just like, wow, get to the part where I was laughing my ass off again. Get to those parts. Man, I can think of a few more where I'd probably change the rating up a bit. But no, and for this, yeah, I'm giving it a 5. And again, I might be being kind. If I were to think on it later, I might even go lower than a 5, honestly. But I'm giving it a 5. I really didn't want to give it a 5. I honestly was kind of looking forward to this movie out for a little bit, but this is dead to me. I'm dead a little bit at the moment. So yeah, that's all I got for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know. Get in contact with us. You can find us on Facebook. Next week, I don't know if Taken 3 is next week or something else is next week. I'll have to check on that. But I'll let you know probably with movie news what I'll be seeing next week. So thanks for watching. See you next time.